not even ready, but you already started talking, so I'm just gonna just record.
I just be on 10, bro. We both be on 10 high
Yeah, but
keys.
I got my mother's name here. I'm trying to get rid of that. Welcome to Speak Highly.
That's
The
funny.
concept of Speak Highly is a the concept originally originated from sitting down and talking to people that smoked weed and just their experience on that. And now I want to structure it into just like a high experience of something that might be useful. So to you, I guess I'm kind of spitballing this as I'm saying this out loud right now. But the idea would be that we have like either like a highly engaged conversation, and since we're talking, it's just speak highly. And at some point, we will bring cannabis into this, and then for sure, I'm more than likely going to be high. So I'm always going to be speaking highly, and then
Nice.
if you're also high, I think the conversation is even better. So then you might
Yeah,
be speaking highly.
I'll be fried.
It's going to our subjects originally was going to be cannabis food photography, but I think that doesn't make any sense anymore. So I think we could our subjects would be cannabis photography and art, or
It's more general. Yeah.
more general than photography, because like I'll talk about photography, you will too, and then like you'll talk about, you might bring in, your comics, so where you are artistically, and talk about, your shows. So then like it's just more broad, and then whoever we bring on will more than likely be some type of artist,
In
uh,
that realm.
some
Yeah.
cannabis space. I know there's another guy I want to bring on as well. And then the bigger picture is we start on my YouTube just because that's what I have the Opus clips with. It just makes it easier. And then I'll give you the link, and then you can start putting the shorts on yours or the long form, whichever, on yours as well. And then once we find the one that actually is working, we'll take the long form version of that for you to start like your own, and then you can
Yeah.
grab the clips from Opus clip at this, so you don't have to spend like I have all these credits, and I don't know
Got you.
how to use them all. Um,
No, yeah. Okay.
we
Um,
can just keep building off the traction that's already started, and then once yeah, that's what I got. That's what Speak Highly is: to sit down,
that's what it is.
have a co-conversation in our art forms to eventually get to a place where we get the freedom to do this and get paid for it.
Facts.
What is that?
It's the cricket things? You
Oh
know, like when you
yeah,
yeah. It's like one of those things you pull off the vinyl.
explain that. I mean I know the cricket because my wife has one, but like I actually don't know.
Okay, I'm gonna explain it to the best of my ability, right? Because I maybe used it like once or twice. If you want to like design like mugs or shirts or stuff like that, the Cricut basically prints out those designs on this kind of vinyl paper situation, and like this tool is to kind of like I don't remember, it's been a while. To like just to peel off the vinyl off the design so that you can then attach it to, or it's probably to kind of like cut the designer. I was using this to take my braids up, bro. Like that's why I have this currently in my hand.
I ain't got nothing to do with that. Okay, I ain't gonna use that piece of equipment. You know what I mean? I
I
can't.
had 2 hours ago, I had braids in because of this tool. I no longer have braids in. I was able to wash my hair, moisturized it, need to
Oh,
add
do you
some
actually have a
fluff.
cricket?
You said what?
Do you actually have a cricket?
My sister does. My sister does.
Okay, okay. So I was like, you just stole this cricket tool.
I was experimenting with hers and I just never gave this back.
So she's been looking for this, and this might be how she
I
knows.
don't think she's been using it. So
Okay,
it's like
all right.
but I let me also introduce myself and my shit too.
Makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah.
You're gonna be on here a while. You might as well let people know.
Might as well. Okay, so Joshua Molo is a couple of names that I go by. I am so the show that I want, not no quotations, the show that I want to
Granted, this is
it
it.
just because it doesn't exist yet. So I'm like,
It's
nah,
existing. This is it.
this
There's
is
nothing
it. Nah,
else.
facts.
This is it.
The show that I want to uh really bring to life. So I'll kind of give a little context. Back in like maybe 2018, there was a series that I wanted to do called Documenting Creativity, right? And I just wanted to go around, you know, not only like interviewing people, but also just kind of identifying and documenting different forms of creativity. And that's not necessarily specifically in the art world, but like I feel like creativity is applied in so many different spaces. We often limit it to art because when we think of creativity, we think of like art or like this person's super creative, blah blah blah. But like creativity is literally just a I feel like an evolutionary step, right? That shows like, okay, I can think about it's basically problem solving, creativity for you know, for lack of a better word or phrase. Like to be creative means that you think deeper. My name grandma in the background. Think deeper on a like problem solving level, right? So that's what I wanted to do. I wrote down a bunch of stuff about it, but I never fully dove into it.
Yo, just dive into it. Where'd you write it?
No, I mean we here now, right? We here now, and it's like, and so another thing I thought about is, when I first started coming up with the comics of everything in Mo, which I'll get into in a second. I wanted.
You're a comic book artist? What do you mean?
We'll get there. We'll listen. It's all going to
You
align,
make
right?
comics? I never did this, Josh. What are you talking about?
When I first thought of that, I thought about it being a show, right? And the show was, you know, maybe like a Netflix series, and it'll just be me kind of like traveling the world or even traveling wherever and just trying everything.
What do you mean, like wherever, like outside of the world? Where
No,
else
but
were you?
I want to everything. You know what I'm saying? If we happen to figure out a portal to another dimension and we can survive in that dimension, I want to be able to like, all right, let's go figure that out, right? Which brought me to my comic, right? Obviously, there's certain limitations that we have in our physical world, so it's like, okay, what are some things? I mean, how can I still experience those things? And like everything is just in quotations, bro. We should have just started with one quotation and at the end, well, yeah. So Mo is my character, my original character, and he is basically my scapegoat in. He's my scapegoat in things that I physically can't do, right? So physically, I can't fly right now, right? Or yeah, physically, I can't fly. I can make Mo fly, right? I can draw him flying. I can draw him, you know, sword fighting with samurais back in way back when, or you know, going through space. I can. That's like my avatar, so to speak, right? So which brings us to now, right? Now, this is all context. Now is the show that I feel like, you know, especially after the conversation you and I had with yesterday. Literally, yes, it's crazy how fast these things happen.
You gotta keep it moving, bro. This podcast is gonna be up to date. Like we ain't got time, bro.
Ain't got time.
We got so much going on.
I seen a quote that was like, life is like a sandwich. No matter how you flip it, the bread comes first. And like that blew my mind. And I'm like, listen.
Great side note. Did you see the movie Lightyear?
Buzz Lightyear?
Yeah.
Yes.
You remember how they eat sandwiches and they put the meat on the outside? Like it's too much bread.
Yeah.
Like why do you want that? Too much bread.
It's too much bread. Nah, see. So what was I saying? Yeah, so right now the show that we are developing and I'm developing is again, it's still the same premise of everything in Mo, right? It's still also documenting creativity. I just brought it a little closer to home in the sense of like I want to just kind of show you in the life of an artist, creative person, right? Because I don't just draw or I don't just, you know, paint and stuff like that or do comics, whatever. I kind of do a little bit of everything, right? I'm teaching acrylic painting classes. I teach writing workshops. I've had a few exhibitions, and it's like these are all a lot of these things are very different things, but they all are like a part of my scope of things, which again encompasses the title Everything in Mo, which is what the show will be about. It'll just be about me exploring art, exploring the world, exploring people, and yeah, exploring being high.
At some point it'll be legalized somehow. We don't know.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
all right, cool. So the next topic we're gonna actually bring up, or just based off this. So it says like bring in like a creative exchange. So bring in like one topic from your world, and break it down. We can change perspective. So let's see. I actually just did a. I don't know if I can share it. Well, I guess I don't need to share it right here. I actually just did a strain review on something called is it? It's called Blueberry Diesel.
Okay.
It's from this dispensary called Cureleaf. I know like certain people like don't like big brands, but I mean like if I can get cleaner bud,
Yeah.
you know what I mean, to the best of my ability, then I'm gonna go with available. Down here in Florida, you have access to the dispensary. I'm gonna go to the dispensary. And it was actually kind of interesting because a lot of these blueberry strains that are coming up right now are more sativa leaning, and you can like really taste blueberry. Um, and I had some interesting notes. We had like some peppery notes on there. So the terpene profile, and for those that you don't know,
I was just about to say that.
so in cannabis, you have flavors. So or just like in your world, like as an artist, you have different colors to express different um lanes of how you want to express the world. So in cannabis, you can say this is a sativa or indica as one expression, and then the next expression will be like, okay, like what are the properties that I'm going to get from this sativa or indica? And those properties equal the term that we say sativa or indica, right?
Okay.
So it would be like if someone just says pink, you're like, yeah, but like there's different shades of pink. Like what shade
Got you.
do I get to get the pink that you're talking about? We all can say sky blue, but then you also have to remember that everyone sees everything differently. So the way that I interpret the sky as being blue is not the same way you interpret it, but we all can say sky blue.
Yeah.
And this strain in particular, it had caryophyllene, which is going to be something very similar to a lemon pepper. Down here in Florida, we like to say lemon pepper on everything. So if you can kind of get that in your mind when you hear something called caryophyllene, as another terpene called myrcene, which is going to be the number one cannabinoid inside of your strain. Um, and then the other one was limonene, which is going to be more specifically lemon. Like if you think of like a lemon rind or like squeezing lemon juice or like the zest, that in itself is limonene. So that was inside of this. So the combination were like an earthy, lemon peppery strength. But what was cool is because it comes from the strain family of like blueberry. You can actually taste those coming through, and then it has a lot of undertones of diesel. And what I wasn't expecting was there was some tones of vanilla as well. So if you like a sweeter, gassy vanilla strain, it's definitely more geared towards newer consumers. A lot more of these flavor profiles are geared towards people that are starting getting into cannabis because they're trying to make sure that people that are younger that are coming in, especially if they've been exposed to nicotine in the past, they want to move over to something else. In those areas, they have all these fruity flavors, and then people that don't even smoke nicotine, tobacco, or cannabis will get these fruity flavors inside of like just the regular like vape packs. So when they're breeding these new strains, they want to make sure they can also compete. So then you get things like this by adding these blueberries or strawberries, and then you have like the diesel undertone, which gears towards the older community that has been more used to like gassy strains, and you combine those and get something like this. On top of that, it's also 31.9 THC. Like it's a heavy hitter. It's kind of ridiculous. But if you've been smoking for the last 10 years, you're kind of always looking to push the envelope anyway.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's
That's how motherfuckers do crack.
I mean, I think it might honestly, bro, I think it might be a problem in the industry because when you look at how like when you look at 10 years ago, like how strong THC was, or even 15 years ago, like a lot of things weren't even 15%. So now you have people that if they've been smoking a long time, they're almost like chasing the high,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
pushing people into a space that the cannabis field was trying to say that they're not. And like, yeah, you can say that you're not, but I mean, if people are now just chasing the number and then hoping the effect is going to give them the effect, then you have people that are missing out on quality products. And just because the verbiage doesn't say it's 30%, people think it's not going to match their needs, which is just not the case. It's just been the marketing because that's just what that's all they had.
Hmm.
I think in the future, once you can say, hey, I like these flavors, I think you'll be able to, be able to punch in the flavors of things that you like and how long you've been smoking and what area you mostly get like your strains, you'll be able to get strain specific to you in the future.
Yeah.
But right now, I feel like it's just seeing how far this plant can really take, how much THC it can really consume if you give it the best condition. And I don't know, man. I think it's going to push people into something other than THC once it becomes legalized, because if there's no cap on it, at some point you'll be like, oh, this shit don't work no more.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Crazy.
I think that was a little long-winded, but I mean that's
We here.
that's how I look at it. You know what I mean? In the
No, yeah,
future, you have
I'm
something like this.
fine
What is
while
it?
you talk. So you get like
You just draw. You just be like,
we'll have like, you know what I'm saying? There'll be something that come out something's gonna come out of it. Nah, that's interesting. And I don't want to go too deep into this next topic that I'm gonna kind of bring up.
go
But
deep. It's gonna cut it up. Go
no,
deep.
no, yeah, but that kind of made me think about AI, low key, right? Like we've gotten to a point of like AI is kind of developing so fast, since it kind of boomed. I think I learned about ChatGPT probably like last year, right? And now that's my friend. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
and granted, that's how friendships are built, right? Sometimes you meet someone a year ago, now this is you and this person are like type, right? But then it's like where, and it's constantly advanced. What is the cap, and what is the, let's say, the next level beyond AI? You know what I'm saying? Like just in your example, you're like with well, not example, what you're saying about like weed, it being not you weren't saying watered down. You were saying it being basically like our tolerance is getting higher, and also the what's it called? Say it. You got to help me out.
I know what you're trying to say. I
our
don't.
tolerance is getting higher, but also the weed, is it getting stronger, or is it getting
Oh, both,
weaker?
both.
Okay,
The weed 10 years ago wasn't even getting anywhere near 30%.
right.
Based off the conditions that it was allowed.
So then, and then even back then, people, weed was considered a gateway drug, right? So it's like, you go to you talk about like, okay, uh you smoke, and then the next thing, all right, I'm not getting high enough, so now I gotta do crack. I gotta
I mean, you
do.
ain't gotta go to crack.
That's just the first thing that's coming to mind.
Hey, yo, look. Hey, ain't got no skin in the game there. All I'm saying
I,
is
I am not.
1%, 32%, 35%. Like, it's not, you can't even have a real true conversation
Let
of
me.
what weed was 10 years ago in comparison, because it's just not the same.
Yeah,
If you drink a beer that's 5%, right? And all your life, and then all of a sudden you go to a new town and they got beer at 20%, and they've been doing it for, like they figured out how to do 20% beer. That doesn't mean like you should get drunker
yeah.
because it's
No,
available.
and that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not. Let me make this disclaimer: do not go do crack. I am not
You
saying.
smoking weed and all of a sudden you want to do crack, they ain't got nothing to do with me. Okay.
Not. I am not recommending. I am not suggesting. I've never tried it. I don't recommend it. Don't come to me talking about I said this, that. Nah. Give me 1 second. I gotta go get. Give me 1 second.
What's going on, guys? So real quick, just in case you haven't already, we realize that there's not a lot of you guys that subscribe. That's cool, but just make sure if you find anything useful, at least like it, comment that you liked it, and tell your mother. If you tell your mother about it, I would know, because it's always funny because you'd be like, I told my mom. Tell your mother about it and then have her subscribe. And then she can learn something about food, cannabis, and art. And then we all can just be a little bit more happier, because
A
it's
little
all
bit more happy. A little bit more knowledge.
happier. This is geared to be a resource for you. Go ahead and follow us on Instagram. I'm at the Hidden Creation. Josh is at
Photos of Molo.
Photos of. We'll put it somewhere. It'll be in the description. Everything will be in the description. And we're going to get back to talking about not doing crack.
Not doing crack. Okay. The example I was trying to get to was AI, right? AI is getting so advanced, right? I feel like, bro, I'm not high right now.
I ain't high is better. For me,
Listen, this is just off the top. Yeah, I feel like AI is getting so advanced. I'm curious what the next level is, right? And I think before AI, it was just the internet, right? The internet kind of existed, and then we kind of pushed the boundaries some more. AI. What's going to be after that? You know, that was just that's what came to mind when we were talking.
I was talking about weed. You think about something completely different else. And I feel that. I feel no, no. I mean, like I can see the comparison. I truly can see the comparison.
Yeah, you know. But what was even the question?
The question was for us to bring in something in our environment, like what's happening like right now, and then we could swap ideas about it. So me talking about weed brought up you talking about AI. So like, what's going on in your world right now? Like,
What's
is it?
going on in my
I
world right
know, like yesterday you were talking about you out there with the bird, but like, is that like what's happening like right now as a being trying to figure it out?
Yeah. So for me right now, so yesterday I did go to Butterfly World. So basically what that is,
It could be a strip club, but we'll get there.
it could be, yo, hold on. You might be on something. But what it is it's like a butterfly sanctuary slash aviary. And like it's broken up into a couple of parts. So when you first walk in the space, it's like a lobby area, you check in, blah blah blah. Then after once you kind of get checked in or whatever, you go into like this kind of room and it shows you like the different stages of like butterflies. So it's like from caterpillar, there's different caterpillars, and then in like another jar, there's like bigger caterpillars, and in another jar, it's the cocoon, and in another jar, it's like, and these are all like live butterflies, and they're all being taken care of by like these people that's back there. They're like behind the window, they're caring for them and making sure that they're like thriving. Once you pass that part, you kind of go into the butterfly sanctuary, and you go in and it's literally like a garden, bunch of really cool plants, some like, you know, statues throughout the space. But what's really cool about it is like it's just butterflies just flying all around the space, right? It's not intense, but it's definitely it's a good amount of butterflies flying all over the place. And it's really serene. They have like real like calming music. You know what I'm saying? There's a few fountains there. It's They do open up their space for like, I mean, every time I've gone with my camera, I've gotten like some really cool shots of like butterflies just mid flying. Sometimes they're just kind of sitting there. You'll see like butterflies with like some of their wings might be broken. But they also, you know, tell you like not to try to like pick them up if they've fallen, because like they're still in their natural habitat. You know what I'm saying? There's not really any predators per se, but they still want the butterflies to kind of just be butterflies. So they don't want you like, so if they fall, if they happen to get injured or they're fighting or whatever, let it be. You know what I'm saying? So um and it's really cool. So when we were on the phone yesterday, I was past that part because after that, there's like like an aviary. So it's just like a space, bunch of birds, different kinds of birds, small birds. There wasn't really any big, large birds except for like there was a lorikeet. Don't really think of a parrot, but like not. Um, there were also some parrots there. And like these birds again, it's the same thing. These birds are just flying around you. They're not really like interacting with you. You can see that they're like noticing you there, you know, and they're noticing you notice them. When we were on the phone, I was like sitting on one of the benches. This nigga. When we were on the phone, there was this one bird. It was a parakeet, so it's a smaller bird. It was all white. I don't know if you remember, like I kind of had to stop mid conversation, but the bird like flew dead into my face. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just sitting there. It looked like it was racing another bird, and it flew like right here, and then it kind of like swerved right before crashing into my face. I'm like, I don't know what's supposed to be happening here.
All
I
right.
want no parts of it. But like the bird, it kept doing that. I think it either wanted to play with me or it didn't want me there. One or the other. One,
Ooh, you're in the way. I'm trying to tell you something, but because of how I was like,
and when I say it kept flying past me, and like I felt the wind of like the wings kind of like blowing against me. So it was crazy. But like I really like birds. I really like the idea of flight. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm like, this is cool. I'm having a great time. Right.
I love this.
And then there's another section where there's like a garden, and there's like there's like flowers there that like were specifically grown there. You
Okay.
won't find them anywhere else because they're like bred in this space, and they're like really crazy looking flowers, which is really cool. Then they have like the lorikeet section. That's a more enclosed space, and you get to interact with these birds more. Um, you got to pay like $2 to what's it called? They give you like little food or a little drink to kind of feed the birds. I didn't have any cash on me, so I was like, I'm just gonna watch. You know what I'm saying? So I'm there and I'm just kind of watching, the birds interact with the people, blah blah. And then like randomly, one landed on my shoulder. Like I'm like, yo, yeah, my vibe is just that. I'm like, I don't
Okay.
need nothing else from this space, dog. Like,
So how does this tie into what you want to do as an artist? Like, where is this?
it ties in because one, I've taken a lot of photos there, right? I've reached out. I haven't. I reached out to. Well, I didn't specifically reach out to. They gave me the card to someone that I have to reach out to. So if I do want to put together like let's say another photo book of the photos that I caught there, and then I can potentially sell that inside their gift shop, right? But not only that, especially going back to Mo and like the character, what I've been doing with a lot of my photos now is I'll take a picture and I'll just draw Mo interacting with that world, right? So I've gotten all these photos, and some of them are obviously better than others, but the ones I can kind of there's certain ones I'll see Mo interacting, doing something crazy, doing something just regular, maybe kind of like, basically just interacting the same way I was, either like gawking and like, oh wow, that's a cool looking bird.
Talking?
Gawking is like you're staring, but like I know that sounds crazy. Gawking.
Yeah. I'm like, should I know what that is? Should I just know that term?
It's kind of like staring, but with like amazement and like, wow, that's really cool.
At the birds.
At the birds,
Okay.
or
So
maybe, or maybe Mo.
does that mean it's beyond bird watching? Or is this just a substitute for the word?
That's really funny.
What? I don't know. I really don't have
Nah,
no
I
idea.
mean, you can gawk at like now that I've said it multiple times, it sounds even worse. But nah, it's like staring at something with amazement, not just birds, just like whatever. But
I'm just trying to understand, bro.
no, I as you should, as you
Yeah, I
should.
can't be the only one confused. So
Listen, I'm pretty sure people watching this will be confused. But yeah. So and then also I spoke to them about how I can kind of get more involved in the space. Um, like I said, I was like, she was saying like, you seem like you're really good with people. I was like, yeah, I mean, I'm not afraid to talk to people. Like it's not, but that's the thing. Like I feel like that's really important in art, in business, in anything that like we're kind of doing, right? Especially like with us specifically, if you're going into the creative field or you're going into business, you got to know how to talk to people. You know what I'm saying? You got to know how to what's it called, public speaking. Even if it's not like a large group of people, you got to know how to get your ideas across. Yeah, and you got to know how to communicate. And I feel like that's something I've honed over time because, growing up, I never really had opportunities to do so. And I think one of the things that got me into being more open with, talking to people and stuff is because only people I'll talk to would be um like my close group of friends or my family, to the point where like one of my at first he later a friend of mine, at first he wasn't my friend, but like we later became friends. He thought I was mute because I didn't speak. That's how much I did not speak. If I didn't know you, I would not talk to you. You know what I'm saying? It's like, nah, we ain't got shit to talk about.
yeah.
but but now, you know what I'm
You
saying,
know,
like
man, he looked over like, you speak?
he legit came with me. He was like, I ain't gonna lie, I thought you was mute for a while. I was like, that's crazy. That's crazy. I definitely talk. Like words come out of my mouth. I have thoughts and stuff.
Yeah.
Mute people also have thoughts. That's crazy. What was I saying? Yeah. Oh, which kind of brings me to another thing I want to say. Damn. Yeah. So picking up a camera got me into being a bit more social. Because not only does that invite people to like, oh, can you take a picture of me? But it also is like an excuse or a reason to actually interact with someone else. Hey, can I take a picture of you? Right. And most people like their picture taken. And like once I got comfortable with like, hey, asking that question, it became easier to do it even without the camera. You know what I'm saying? So then over time, I was able to like.
Wait. When you say do it without the camera, you mean like speak to people, or like you were still asking to take their photo without?
Both.
Yeah. Give me your phone though.
Let me see. You know what I'm saying? No, but like if I
I guess
found
just take it out of my
someone.
pocket. Dude, this came up.
Nah, like it definitely was. It naturally, it eventually became easier to the point where I started, doing a lot more public speaking, hosting open mics, performing poetry and spoken word and stuff like that. That definitely helped. Do want to double back on something I said about homie thought I was mute. So I have thoughts. Reason why I want to double back on that, because I don't want to be like mute people don't have thoughts, because they definitely do, right? And which brings me to the project that I'm working on with not gonna say her name, but we're working on a project, right? It's called Unspoken Word, and she is mute. But she is also very artistic, very creative, and a part of the project that we're putting together is showing that there's more than one way to communicate, right? You
Okay.
know, really kind of like diving deep. So I kind of spent like a couple hours with her. We did some like meditation, and I caught all this on video. We did like meditation. We went to the beach. She was painting. She did some journaling, and it was just again, just identifying different ways to communicate. But yeah, I kind of wanted to double. I didn't want to just leave that like yeah.
We
I
also
but
work with mute people. I'm not trying to say like I have anything against people that don't speak. I'm
not like I don't want to be offensive because a lot of the world is, but at the same time, I do want to clarify. Not even that like not wanting to be offensive, but also stand that there is a power in that. Like I feel like us as artists and creatives, we
I thought you was like us as people that can speak. It's a lot of power in that. I mean, I was about to be like, yeah, man. I guess in this scenario. Oh, nah. Okay, yeah, I'm with you. I'm just.
not as you should, bro. Not just because I think the power of an artist or a creative person, right, is the ability to communicate without actually saying words, right? I mean, outside of like maybe like a poet or a writer, but again, they even a poet and a writer, they know how to use words better than your average person to
Right.
communicate an idea or a thought that invokes a feeling or a thought, right? Going back to just like you're going back to highly, right? Like for example, with if I'm smoking, right, I'll have moments where if I'm smoking, I'll get like super inspired. I'll like write something down, and it'll make a lot of sense. And it's like, wow, this is really dope. This is a really intense idea. And then the same thing can happen. Like smoking does inspire me a lot. It also sometimes sometimes I'll write something. I'm like, yeah, this is. Then I'll sober up. I'm like, huh, this is where was I going?
Where is this going?
But having that, I think that's not just a me getting high. That sometimes that just happens when I'm like sober. I'll write something sober. Maybe like a week later, I'll kind of rewrite it, and I'm like, what does this mean, right? I think the goal of the artist. There's a quote that's like I forget who says it. Goal of the artist is to
I could be making this up.
pulling out my ass. The goal of the artist is to reflect the times. I want to say Toni Morrison, but I don't want to say that because that sounds wrong. It could also be Maya Angelou.
It could be. It could be. It could be your mom. You know what I mean?
I don't think it was my mom. She might have said it at some point.
Oh, I was trying to say like what's important is that you remember and it came through. You're like, no. What's certain is my mom didn't say this. I didn't.
She didn't say it to me.
Oh,
The
okay.
goal of the artist is to reflect the times, right? And what that means is
What is that? What?
it's a fried plantain.
Okay, you just held up something I didn't know what it was. It's a fried piece of. I didn't know what it. I thought it was pork. I thought you was holding up pork skin.
I do have grill.
The grill's fantastic, bro.
Grill's fine. That's what grandma was calling me about. She was like, "Yo,
She
I set
made it.
this out, huh?
She made it.
Yeah,
I never. You gotta bring me some, bro. I never had it like, from grandma. What? Tell her I bring my daughter. She'll be so happy.
not fat.
Oh, oh.
That impression was kind of spot on. That's crazy.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. All right.
I feel like I feel like you got to go. Or what's the next thing?
This is great. See, at some point, regardless of what happens, we can look back and be like, that was a fun time.
Uh huh. No, fat.
Yeah, we have these conversations about what we're trying to do anyway. Um, okay, so my glasses. I realize I'm really starting to get to the point where I can't see without my glasses. I'm like, yo,
I've been there.
this is getting This is getting interesting. I'm like, yo, I got a headache. Oh, my glasses.
No, facts. I've been there, bro. Damn.
Let's see. So we did the creative exchange. We broke it down, swap perspectives, connect with the dots between our fields. One story or challenge or idea that stood out from the exchange and go deeper. I mean, I gotta imagine if you're shooting birds with the camera specifically for context,
It's important.
that the lens you use has to be. I probably would use a prime lens, meaning my aperture is fixed. What do you do? What do you shoot with? Oh, not my aperture. My it's not a zoom. It's not a zoom lens. So like it could be like a you wouldn't use it. It could be like a 50 millimeter. It could be a 85 millimeter. It could be a 105. But as I'm actually saying this out loud, maybe the zoom would be
The
more.
Zoom, yeah, yeah. I was gonna.
And I'm like, these birds are going to be moving. Like I can't.
They are moving, but not only that, not only are they moving when they do finally land, right? Like they'll land in kind of like spaces where you don't necessarily see them right off the bat, right? They kind of like are in between the branches, in between the trees, and like they're not like. I mean, in this space, again, you're a lot closer to them than you would be in the wild, right? You can get a lot closer because again, they're familiar with just people interacting with the space and with them throughout the day. But in this space, even still, like the camera use, I use the
Quit crying and laughing
damn,
internally.
I use the I can let me get it. I gotta move the camera. I mean, iPad with me as I move. I'll just show you. So I got this camera at my job, and I just kind of use it. Oh shoot! So this is a
What is it?
Canon M50 Mark II. And then the lens is a 15 to 45.
15 to 45.
Yeah, that's the zoom.
That's a very interesting range.
Yeah, so it's a mirrorless.
It is mirrorless. Okay.
Yeah.
What is
So
the aperture range on there? What does it say? Because I have to imagine that's not a fixed.
hold on. Uh, it said 25 meters slash point 0.8 feet.
No, there should be another number on there. It'd be like 2.8, 3.5, 5.6. Look on the camera on the
Okay.
lens. Yeah.
49 millimeter.
No, no, not
That's not
that.
what you're asking.
Let me see. Hold
Oh,
on.
you said the aperture?
Yeah.
3.5 to 6.3.
Okay. So do you know what that means?
Yes and no.
Okay.
Like I know enough to kind of like, okay, I know how to manipulate it so I can get a good photo, but do I know it enough to explain it right now?
Oh, I do. So at when you have your camera all the way open at 15 millimeters,
Uh-huh.
it'll also bring in the most amount of light that your camera can bring in, which is the
Right,
number
right, right.
3.5. So as you increase the zoom, the aperture automatically is only going to bring in whatever it can, the least amount. Now you can tell your camera to always bring in the least amount, but usually with those cameras, because it's not like on a higher end lens, like if it like sometimes you can lock that aperture in place. On the entry level lenses, you can't.
Yeah.
If you're in a dark spot and it's like, man, I really want to get close to this thing. If you need a bit more light, you physically have to move forward or
Right, right, right.
to, what is it, 45 millimeters, right?
Yeah.
So if you zoom all the way into 45 millimeters, then your lowest aperture, I might be saying that backwards, lower, higher, but your lowest aperture is only going to be, let's say 6.5,
2.3.
6
No,
point,
3.5.
no, what's the 3.5 to what?
6.3.
6.3? Yeah, so if you zoom all the way out, the lowest that you're going to be able to get is only going to be 6.3.
6.3. I
Not
got you.
going to get to 3.5 just because the lens not able to do that. So if it is mirrorless, is it full frame or crop? Crop? Did you buy
I could be wrong. I'm not gonna lie.
the Well, honestly, bro, there's a lot of AI now that you can get rid of most of the noise in your camera. I honestly would tell you just to put your ISO at like 3200 if you're going to be in a space where it's dark and you have to have like that zoom. And you can you should be able to turn your ISO on like auto
Uh-huh.
and just have it pick for you, because the birds are gonna be flying around a lot. You don't really have your flash on there.
Yeah, no, yeah. All right, so I typically have the ISO and auto. I don't really do a lot of changes to like the settings a lot. Depending again, like if I go after sometimes they'll be like in between some bushes. I would have to kind of adjust a few things because the light there isn't enough light going into coming from that wherever they are in between those branches. But um yeah, I keep this last time, like yesterday, I just kind of had the entire camera on auto
What's the name
focus.
of the camera again? It's a Canon.
Canon M50 Mark II. Shit good as hell. I mean the camera's good too, but I'm talking about the food.
No, it's cropped. Okay. So actually, that means you have a 15 to what? 40. So you have to multiply that by 1.6. This is basically how you find out what like your numbers would be on a full frame.
You said what?
Huh?
Say that again.
So you're using a crop sensor with a crop lens, right? So which matches the numbers 15 to 45. But like let's just say you want to get a full frame camera, then you would have to multiply those numbers by 1.6 to equal the same range on your full frame camera. Because you crop it actually, or take a full photo and then like it actually cuts it a bit to because that's just what the camera does.
It just so yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. I love looking up stuff like this when it comes to camera. Yeah, okay. So, 100 to 3200, you'll be fine to push it. Honestly, bro, if it's like, yeah, I'll just keep it at 3200 and just fix it all on. Well, if you're gonna be like outside and it's plenty of sun, you wouldn't need to do it. But if you're in a spot where it's like a little like just like I don't know, I would probably just put it between eight to change it your ISO, still an auto, but like you could probably like range it between
Yeah.
800 and 3200. So then your camera just pushes the information versus trying to hope there's enough light out 100,
Yeah.
the camera kind of like undershoots it. It's better to do it a little bit more, so you can give yourself a better shot to get the photo.
And then you could always like edit and post.
Yeah, I mean, you
So these photos I don't edit.
not
And a
necessarily.
lot of they're more so for, just kind of like leisure. Like I also noticed that like the act of taking a photo is sometimes just enough for me. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll go with like me going to the space. Yeah, eventually I do, I'll get to like what's it called? Selecting them for like the photo book or whatever. But the act of go but I've been there so many times, like there's always something new I can get, but like sometimes it's really just the act of going and being able to capture something. Like, damn, I got that photo. It was dope. Cool. Like I think when I'm able to successfully capture light, I'm gonna just retire taking photos. So I'm gonna just stop taking photos.
It's not a hard thing to do.
I've caught it, but it's not how I want to catch it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
I've
okay.
caught like lightning, like inside of a cloud, kind of creeping out a little bit, but like I want to get the full body of the thunderbolt. You know what I'm saying?
Straight Thor.
That's right. Really on some like lightning in a bottle kind of. There's a museum. What's it called? There's a museum up here. There's this. I forget what the name of the museum is, but there's this one picture in the museum, and like in the description, it says they were trying to capture something completely different, and like the bolt of lightning just kind of photobombed the photo, and it lit up the photo so differently, right? Because you can see how he was trying to light it up. There was like some hues of red or whatever, but like because of that like lightning bolt, it kind of made it like a reddish bluish kind of combination. It was really cool, really great photo.
Okay, hey, yeah, just go outside when it's a storm.
When it's a storm, see how crazy that sounds though. Like,
I mean, it ain't gotta be like a hurricane, but I mean, like, if it's lightning outside, I mean, like, how long does it take you to get to the beach from your house?
couple minutes. No, I mean I don't disagree with you, bro. I don't disagree with you. And then, like I said, once I get to the point of like I said, once I get that photo, I'm saying that, but I'm never taking a photo again. I
Yeah,
will.
we'll
I
see.
will. But that's my like pinnacle picture. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I've caught this thing. Also, I think that also goes into the style of photography that I also do. Right. I don't necessarily do editorial. I like to capture like kind of quick in the moment, off guard, slightly avant garde kind of photos, right? Like they don't necessarily have to make sense. They don't necessarily have to be the perfect photo. They're just like, this is the perfect moment. Does that make sense?
Yes. And then I saw Mo just hanging on to smoking a little weed.
Type, you know what I'm saying? What we talking about, bro? Like,
Bro, you could if you can put like the hidden creation mixed in there, or I could like send you the logo, then we could just have that like on the side as like the
the kind of thing just kind of floating.
yeah, it could be
I,
like a what's it what I'm trying to say, like a little emblem. So like, oh, this is like Speak Highly and this is Josh because this is the emblem that's there.
got you. Nah, I'm listening. Send that. I the logo is gonna take me if you I can't draw
I
that right
guess
now.
I can send you the logo. Maybe we can. I have no idea. I have no idea. This is your lane. I have ideas. I will put this in a prompt. But you know what? I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna take this, and then we're gonna figure this out through words.
Through words, not facts. Communicating.
uh, but okay. Let's see. So we can wrap this up. Okay, what's inspiring your next or something? Okay, so what's inspiring you now, or what are you experimenting with? And then when you're done with that, when you're done saying that, um, do like a wrap up to invite listeners to connect, follow, and share. And then I'll do the same thing.
So something that's inspiring me now.
Something that's inspiring you, or something that you're experimenting with.
Something that's inspiring me is, Oh, okay. Well, this is the experimentation. You know what I'm saying? I feel like everything that I am doing to some degree is a level of experimentation. So like creating the show from scratch and like just from like us kind of throwing ideas back and forth like that because we have these conversations all the time, and it's like okay, getting in front of the camera, Zoom or whatever, having these conversations, I feel like that'll definitely propel the career and lifestyle that I'm developing for myself. So and another thing I'm experimenting is also the photo slash illustration combination. It's something I've done a lot before, but I'm noticing that I'm being a lot more intentional with how I'm taking photos. Because before it was just like I'll take a photo, I'll look back and I'm like, oh, I can draw Mo here somewhere, right? But now I'm seeing Mo before the picture is even taken. Does that make sense? And so I'm like, okay, I see him. I kind of like can pose him in a certain space, take the photo, and then go back to it, bring it into like Procreate, and then draw him in that situation or scenario. And then I think what I've been struggling while also experimenting with that is what is he saying? And I think the reason why I'm struggling with that is because I'm still figuring out what I'm saying or what I want to say. So yeah,
That's where I'm at. All
that's where I'm
right.
at.
And then invite people to
Yeah.
where they
So
can find you.
you can
Uh,
find me.
yeah.
You can find me on Instagram at photos of Molo. That's PhotosOfMolo. I don't know why I decided with F instead of PH, but it just made sense at the time, and I'm
I did
not
it.
going.
I did the same. I did the same thing.
Right. So it's like, and on YouTube, you can find me on Everything and Mo, or the tag I believe is called the Moloverse, which will be all encompassing of all of the things that I am doing as a creative, um, which is poetry, workshops, art. I'm trying to get into getting into watches, and yeah. Follow me, find me, do all the things.
And he'll be back. So just
I'm
want
gonna be back. You know what I'm saying? We not, this is like, and that's another thing too is this collaboration is a result of just one, the conversations that Sparks and I have had many a times. Legit, yesterday we had the conversation about we should do He was like, "You got to do a show," and I was like, "All right, bet." I've been thinking about a show. Let's do a show. And it's just a matter of like getting on Zoom. I do think so. I'll end it with this: ideas belong to nobody, right? It's literally a race to who gets the idea first and who executes that idea the best, right? And so getting to it first is great, but then are you consistently feeding that idea, right? So I think we went from idea to execution within a day. Now the the idea or the project or the goal is to keep pushing these out.
Oh, it's gonna be out today. We're gonna
No, I meant like,
we have a
I mean,
blog done by today. Okay. Hey, hey, idea to concept as fast as possible. You let me know what you're selling. I'm just gonna go ahead and put it in the formula, and we're just gonna have it run for the next 30 days. You know, whatever
do
product.
it. Also, I am doing a 5K run in September. I know, but that's the thing. That's everything in Mo. I'm just doing everything. I'm experimenting. I'm like, let's just, because Phoenix was like, hey, someone suggested it to her. I'm like, we were just having a conversation maybe a couple of days ago. I'm like, yeah, let's do it. I'm down for that. So I'm actually gonna start training officially for that today. If you down to do it, you got to come up here. It is in Pompano, but it's a month from now. It's a month from now, September something. So 23rd, I think.
Yeah, I'm gonna get back to you on that.
No, take,
I probably could do it. I can't see anything in my way for me to start training for a 5K. The question is, do I want to do it?
no facts. That's very important.
Yeah, let me
You
see if
gotta
I
want it.
even want to do it. But okay, all right. And my name is Tarik Sparks. Welcome. You are inside of the Hidden Creation in this segment of our podcast called Speak Highly, where it'll mostly be me and Josh talking, but at the end of the day, it's combining our efforts into photography, food, cannabis, art, and just sharing that with people. So then you can use us as a resource to whatever area those you're interested in to find. This is the first version of this. No matter what it looks like now, I know that in the future this will be better because I'm not going to give up, and I'm going to keep calling.
This
So
nigga will keep calling.
yeah,
And I'm gonna call back, but this nigga will.
I'm gonna keep calling her. If he picks up and he clicks the link, I'm gonna make another video, and then we're gonna put it out there because I think it's important to have these conversations as artists, as Black men. I'm a father, you know, and these conversations can elevate the experience of everything that we do in this space. And however that algorithm shows you this at some point when you see it, I think it could be helpful. And you know, you just want to be a part of the forward momentum of people that look like us doing things and getting a lot of money for it at some point in the future. And but for real though, I'm happy that you came. If you like photography, food, art, birds, then this episode might be for you. We will also take everything we talked about here and put it on both of our blogs. So if you wanted to see like the full structure of this, you can find it on our website. My website's The Hidden Creations. Josh will be Josh's. I'll put everything in the description. So he does
Everythinginmo.com.
everything in mo.com. I'll put it in the description once he sends it over. And you know, that's where we're at.
Keep talking. I gotta finish this real quick.
Okay. All right. Some days I'll cook. Josh usually comes over anyway, so we'll just put it on the Zoom or no matter how we're going to get it to you, there'll be a way for you to find us. And if you want to be part of this little chapter, little corner on the internet, we're here.
We
And
are here.
I'm running out of things to say. But let's see, things that I'm experimenting with right now.
Yeah, nigga. Sorry.
Uh, right now for me is I'm working on my fun. I have my website, I have this YouTube, and I have this really cool AI, as a lot of us are finding out which AI is going to help them the most. Excuse me. I have this really cool AI that allows me to put out content at scale. And one of the things I feel like a lot of us as creatives fail to do is scale because we get burnt out. So when I found this, you know, I've always wanted to make a YouTube, and then I made the YouTube, and what this AI program is called is Opus. So I'm actually going to put this whole thing through Opus. There will probably be some things that I edit too, but this thing is probably going to be like an hour long, I think, maybe a little bit more than an hour long. I'm quite literally going to put it in there. It's going to cut it up for me. It's going to give me titles. It's going to give me a description, and then I'm going to be able to post it on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, And then since me and Josh have information to give to you guys as well, we'll also in the description, we'll be able to put where you can find us, but also things that we're selling. Because the only way that we can keep doing this is if we find some way to communicate in terms of commerce is to keep doing it. Money. But
What they
because
said about that sandwich?
I'm able to do it at scale, it allows me to not have to keep reducing my creativity to what only I can do in a day. And through conversations that I already have with Josh, I feel like we can help some people, and then you can find us, then we can kind of keep this going. And it's fun. I'm watching this show right now with my daughter on Apple TV called Shape Island, and there's just like this triangle who's trying to do, like juggle.
I know what show you're talking about. Phoenix put me on.
Is that why it came up? Is that why it came? Okay, I had no idea where this show came from, bro. I was like, what is this? Yo, I was like, I was smoking. I came back. I was looking for something for me and my daughter to watch, and I see this show, and I'm cracking up, bro. I am dying, though. So anyway, this thing is trying to juggle, and he can't juggle. He can't juggle at all. And like the point of the story was like the circle was like, "Yo, why do you juggle?" And he's like, "Because it's fun." And she's like, "How long have you been juggling?" He goes, "For years." She goes, "You've been doing this for years and you can't catch anything?" He goes, "No, but it's fun."
It's fun. Having a great time.
Highly. There it is. I like how it like floated up too. That was pretty dope. That was pretty dope. What you got to do when we're done is you got to take a photo of yourself using your whatever camera you got, so then I can stitch that together as a like a thumbnail. So it could just be you holding it. Use your phone so you can send it to me, and then I'll make a thumbnail.
So like a selfie situation.
Yeah, but use the back of your phone because it's a high quality camera.
Gotcha.
I've definitely kept talking more than yeah, weird. No, the other way. It has to be a thumbnail. The other way.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Fuck.
Don't you have a stand?
Hey,
I know you got a stand, bro. Yeah, like what are you doing? Like come on, like, we don't gotta. That's why I know it's gonna get better. We both got lights, we got mics. You know what I mean? Like it's gonna get the other, but you gotta use yeah. It's okay. So we're getting there. We're getting
you
there.
get man. All right. How do I take this?
Yeah, so it's just fun. At the end of the day, me and Josh are gonna have this conversation. So to record it, and if it's possible for the AI system to grab something that can go viral, that's cool. But I think in a world where a lot of us don't really see each other, to be able to jump on to another platform and to find people that you like, could be in its own community, and I need community. It's just me and my daughter sometimes. I need people to see and talk to. So this is the way that I can do that.
Am I doing this right?
No. I think it's on photo. You got to clean the camera too, though. It's the second. No, not what
Bro.
you got a shirt. Just use your shirt. Use your shirt.
All
Yep.
right.
Just clean the camera. Here you go.
All right.
It's like the second step. First step, set up the camera. Second step, clean the camera.
The camera. All right. How are you looking?
That looks good. Yeah. It's upside down. Okay, now you gotta. I don't know. Did you put a timer on it?
No.
So then what are you doing?
I don't know, bro. Just me not high. Imagine me high.
Oh my goodness. Okay. You gotta put a 10-second timer on there. You gotta put it up there. Maybe you should do it on the other side. Maybe it would be easier for you.
Like I thought so too, but like
But you're gonna send it, so I need the highest quality
I
photo.
thought that I thought that I'll take it again, maybe after we get off.
Maybe. Anyway, as Josh is being Josh, comment, like, subscribe. If you made it to the end, I appreciate you, especially after that. I'm gonna find a way to put this anyway. And we are talking about everything that we do in the sense of community, food, cannabis, photography, birds, gawking.
Yep. Yeah. Gawky. Listen, that's a real word. Look it up.
No, I'm mad. Hey,
Dictionary.com.
you got your Florida license all in the thing.
Listen, if you ever, because I'm the type, right? I'll forget my license at home or whatever. I'll lose my wallet. I've lost my license at least 7 times, a lot, right? So the good thing about being in a relationship is that women, the women just be knowing. You know what I'm saying? She was like, Josh, put your ID in the back of your phone. You always got your phone in your hand. Put your ID in your phone. You're never gonna lose your ID again. I have not lost,
Mind you, guys, he's only been in a relationship for 7 months, so he's been having this problem his whole life.
and it's been solved in just like that. So shout out Phoenix.
Okay, you take the photo. I'm gonna take my photo. And welcome to Speak Highly. And
This is Disney Channel. I'm sorry.
no, this is not Disney Channel. This is not have nothing to do with Disney. Disney, we just started. Okay, don't kill the dream before we even start.
Before we even get there, they're like, we gonna sue y'all for even just mentioning the name.
I used to work at Disney. Okay, I like the relationship. It was a good relationship. Okay. And look, I'm going to end this. Welcome to Speak Highly. Like, comment, subscribe if you loved it. Tell your mother about it. If not, just subscribe and don't tell her.
Tell your mamas. I'll tell them.
You got to know the moms.
Bro, end this.